Thank you. It was so beautiful. Tarun is always pushing others to sing, but everybody wants her to sing also, so it's very hard. Fight. So now we are going to have the main part of the evening. We are going to have a special guest, Yogi Charu, who is not just a guest. He's here for the last almost 2 months. He was teaching yoga and also classes in a Kirtan fest, and now for the last couple of days during the Bhakti immersion, which is being facilitated here, he is also teaching us some wisdom, and tonight he's going to be speaking about a very interesting topic, unconditional service. He's going to speak about the qualities of one special personality, and we didn't want him to reveal which personality, so he's going to surprise us. And aside of that, he is teaching yoga for the last more than 3 decades. I was very, amazed that he has taught, is it 3,000 or 7,000 teachers? Yoga teachers, so it's like, and also 500,000 of people went through his yoga classes. So sorry for the numbers. I know I try to be reduce them. They might be double higher. And I'm very happy that I met him for the last couple of weeks. Really inspiring person who spent a lot of time in Himalayas, learning from the yogis, absorbing that in his life, and doing some amazing, incredible Hatha yoga, sadhana, and also Bhakti yoga. So please, let's welcome him with one big applause.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Charu Swamini Namine Snigna Cheta Supranita Bhagninam Charasa Pratam Prabhupada Gata Prana Nomi Bhakti Charu Padam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Good evening to everyone. Thank you all for being here. It is described that when people come together, we are burning off karma, and it's described in the Bhagavatam. It is like grains of sand on the beach. The wave is time. The time brings a lot of grains of sand together, burn off some karma. That same wave comes back, separate the waves. The sand. So somehow all our karmas have led us to Rishikesh right here at this moment. Hopefully we burn off some karma, and then time will take us apart again, and this is life, yes? Nothing is permanent in this dimension. So when I was asked to give the wisdom speech, I was thinking, what better way to start off the holy appearance of Lord Ramachandra, Tomorrow is Ram Navami, isn't it? Such a beautiful uh, avatar, beautiful festival, and especially in Rishikesh, because Lord Ram, Sita, and Hanuman spent so much time in this region of the mountains. It is described King Dasharat, the king of Ayodhya. He has 3 wives. His first wife Kaushalya. The second wife, Kaikeyi. The third wife, Sumitra. And as a king, he wants to continue the tradition, so he needs a son. But he only had a daughter, Shanta, very peaceful. So they're thinking, how can we get a son? And one sage came to him and said, there's this powerful yogi. He can do this yagya for you. If he performs this yagya, he can help you to get a son. I said, who is he? Sringhashraya, powerful yogi. And because he's celibate, he has all this mental power. But how are we going to attract him to come here? So for a while he was thinking, I had a daughter, Shanta, what are we going to do with Shanta? Oh, Shanta can attract him. So Shanta came. Sringhashraya is meditating, hears the ankle bells, looks at her, the beauty of her. He fell in love with her. He came to King Dasharat's palace, performed the yagya, throwing all the oblations into the fire. And he told King Dasharat, you chant the mantras like this, we'll invoke the power of the sun god. We'll invoke the power of the moon god. We'll invoke the power of progeny. King Dashrath and Sringhashraya is chanting the mantras. And out of the fire comes a pot of Havi. And they gave it to King Dashrath. And King Dashrath took half of it, gave it to the wife, Kaushalya, the wife he respected. Took the next half and gave it to Kaikeyi, the wife he really loves. She was the most beautiful of them all, right? So I really love her. And then Kaushalya and Kaikeyi, they gave half of their portion to Sumitra. And they drank this Havi. And all 3 wives got pregnant. Kaushalya gave birth to Lord Ram. Kaikeyi gives birth to Bharat. And Sumitra gives birth to twins, Lakshman, Shatrughna. So 4 sons, yes? And as the sons are growing up, he wants them to learn the Vedic culture. So the greatest teacher at the time is Vashishta. Yes, who's been to the Vashishta Guha here? Yes. So Vashishta visits, and Vashishta says, wow, yes, I will teach. I will make your sons into Brahmins. King is like, no, I'm a Kshatriya. I don't need my sons to be Brahmins. And Vashishta said, you have misunderstood the difference between Brahman Jati and Brahman Varna. Brahman Jati is the Brahmin. You're born in the Brahmin family, do all the rituals, the yagyas. Brahman Varna is anyone who can turn your mind into expansion of consciousness. It says one can be a Sudra, one can be a Vaishya, one can be a Kshatriya, a Brahmin. But if you expand your mind deep enough from anyone, you can be a male, a female, you can become Brahmin Varna. Means expanding the mind to understand, wait, I am beyond the Varnas. And the king was pacified by that. Okay, you can teach my 4 sons. So they go and they learn from Vashishta. And Vashishta has a very powerful ashram. They're learning from him all the philosophy of the Vedas, Vedanta, the Upanishads. So these Kshatriya boys were purified with Brahminical knowledge. And Vashishta, before, Vashishta had a Kamadenu cow. We don't have Kamadenus on the earth planet anymore in Kali Yuga because we're too materialistic. But in that previous age, Vashishta was gifted one from Indra. Indra gifted. A Kamadenu cow is a cow. Whenever you milk that cow, whatever desire you have in your mind, the cow will produce. And someone heard how powerful Vashishta is, and he wanted to get a Kamadenu cow as well. His name is the great warrior. He's a warrior, Vishvamitra. Vishvamitra shows up to Vashishta's ashram and says, I want that cow. Vashishta is a Muni. He's not going to fight. He's not going to, this is a Kshatriya. Vashishta said, this is a Kamadenu cow. You can only have a Kamadenu cow if you don't have material desires. Vashishta is like, you cannot have that cow. And so what did he try to do? He had so much desires, he tried to steal the cow. And the Kamadenu cow herself, because Vashishta came with powerful warriors, a lot of his warriors came with him. They want to steal this cow. And the Muni is just one Muni, right? They think they're going to win, they're going to steal this cow. And the cow itself, Kamadenu, from her nipples, started to produce unlimited warriors so that they could fight against Vashishta's army. And Vashishta's army got defeated, and he's like, So this is Vashishta. And so Vashishta started to respect, Vishwamitra started to respect Vashishta from a distance. He's powerful than me. I need to do tapasya like that. So he starts to do tapasya. He's praying to Indra. Indra, give me a cow like this. But you can only get a Kamadenu cow if you don't have a desire. So he's counteracting his tapasya. So this is Vashishta. And then, when the boys were growing up, they started to learn from Vishwamitra how to use the weapons. Because he's a powerful warrior, right? So he started to train the 4 boys in the arts of shooting arrows and using the swords. And after they got trained, they came back to Ayodhya, and one person asked, who is better teacher, Vashishta or Vishwamitra? And Lord Ram said, both are equal. We need the philosophy of the mind. We get purified here, and we need the philosophy of warriors. So they got two amazing gurus, isn't it? It is hard to find one guru in this day and age. They found two. And then Vashishta was thinking he's going to create an ashram in the forest, the Siddha ashram. And so he sent out a message along the bank of the Ganges. All the tongues up the bank of the Ganges, he sent a message. I am Vashishta. I am building a Siddha ashram in the forest. Send me your sons and I will train them how to use weapons through mantras. Wow, I'll teach them more than just the Brahminical stuff. Okay. Message went out. No one sent their sons. So he says, when the guru opens a place, an ashram, and no one comes, then the guru will leave the ashram and go recruit. So Vashishta goes to Ayodhya, and he goes to King Dasharat, and he says, now I'm opening a Siddha ashram. Send me your sons again. But now this time Vashishta is like, King Dasharat is like, no, I'm in love with my 4 sons. They're happy here. Then philosophy, he said, okay, just send me 2 sons. Out of 4, you keep 2, 2 come with me. He agreed to that. These 2 sons were Bharat and Shatrughna. And Vashishta took them, and Ram and Lakshman stayed back because the king was in love with Ram, in love with Lakshman. Okay, you 2 go. On the way to the forest, they came to a fork. And Vashishta asked the 2 boys, if we go this way, this is easier. No Rakshasas are here. We'll get to the ashram this way. If we go this way, it's challenging. A lot of Rakshasas, a lot of demons in this forest. It's challenging, but we'll get to the ashram. Which one do you choose? The boys said, let's go the easiest way. Yes. Vashishta turn around. Let's turn 180 degrees. Walk back to Ayodhya and told King Dasharat, these sons are not ready for Siddha ashram, not qualified. They want. So, okay. This is the king. Let Ram and Lakshman go. And it was painful in the heart to let go his sons, these 2. And they came to the fork. Vashishta said the same thing. There's an easy way to my ashram, or there's a challenging way. All the Rakshasas are there, ready to fight you, kill you. Which way do you want to go? And Lord Ram said, I want to go the longest way because I will get purified by going that way. And this is an instruction for us. Because in the West, when do we want, a lot of people start yoga. When do we want samadhi? Yesterday, right? People want to take a psychedelic and, oh yeah, man, Yogi Charu, I saw the 3 worlds. I saw 180 degrees. That's the quick way. No. Tapasya is needed. Tapa means fire. So there's the fire on the stove we use. That's a fire, Agni. Very powerful. Now the tapasya is the fire inside the mind and heart. So the harder way we go. So it's amazing how powerful Srila Prabhupada is. Prabhupada landed in New York when the kids were just, he used to, people say hippies. He used to say happies. You know. And what were they doing? Drugs, free sex, alcohol, meat eating, gambling. And Prabhupada landed in Skid Row. Prabhupada didn't go on the Upper East Side of New York, Manhattan, Broadway, where all the wealth was. Prabhupada went into Skid Row, the toughest part of New York. And Prabhupada just being so pure. A lot of students started to come, learn Bhagavad Gita, learn the Ramayana, learn the Mahabharata, learn the Bhagavatam. And these same kids who were once doing all the stuff so foreign from Bhakti, all of a sudden, just being around Prabhupada, hearing the philosophy, practicing the japa, practicing the kirtan like we're doing. Prabhupada, I want to shave my head like you. Remember, the hippies are locks, right? Prabhupada, I want to shave my head like you. Prabhupada's very detached, right? Okay. Prabhupada, I want to stop eating meat. Very good. Prabhupada, I want to give up my boyfriend is cheating on me. I want to renounce him. Very good, very good. Prabhupada, my girlfriend, very good, very good. So all of a sudden, they started to follow the rules and regulations of Bhakti easily because of the force of the tapasya that Srila Prabhupada did. Prabhupada had the intense fire within him on the instruction of his guru. He didn't take a shortcut. A lot of Swamis came to America before Prabhupada, and they were telling people, yes, I'll sell you a mantra. You can keep doing what you want. No, Prabhupada was empowered to help people raise their vibration. Yes? So when they said we want to go the long way, yes. Vasishta was happy. And when he got to the cave, something happened. They got to see that cave. Another yogi was there. And he was with 4 females, 4 young girls. It is the first time Ram meets Sita, right? At the Vasishta ashram. And they were young, right? Remember, they were kids. And they're like, oh, wow. And for the first time, Lakshman is thinking, oh, they could be our sisters. I've never had a sister. What is it like to grow up with a sister, right? That was Lakshman mentality, amazing. And then, but as these 4 girls opens their mouth, because they had at King Janaka's ashram, palace, they heard the Upanishads being presented. So they were very intelligent. So when they spoke, Ram and Lakshman were like, oh wow, they know the Vedas, they know the Upanishads. They were like, okay, we got to refine our philosophy here. So they spent time in the ashram, in the Siddha ashram, and Rakshasas in the forest. Rakshasa means you do whatever you want. There is no rules. The strongest of the strongest survives. So a powerful Rakshasa will kill anyone and eat them, kill anything and eat them to show that they are powerful. And one of the most powerful Rakshasa, when they started the yagya, she would come and she and all her entourage would come and out the fire. She showed up again when Ram is there. And this time, Vashishtha taught them the mantras, how to shoot arrows, release fire weapon, water weapon, air weapons. Of course, the great Rakshasa, Tadaka, she shows up with her entourage. Tried to out the yagya. And Ram and Lakshman started to fight against her and her entourage. Ram and Lakshman defeated her and all the entourage. Word got around. More Rakshasas started to hear. This powerful person here. Sita. She's a powerful being. One day, King Janak is borrowing the soil. They're going to plant seeds, right? All the members of this time of spring, let's go water, let's go put the seeds in. And King Janak, being an example, took up the plow himself and went. And as he's toiling the soil, he sees a golden finger little baby, golden arms. Little golden girl is there. And he asked, did someone lost a child? The astrologer said, no, no one. Wow, this is a child from the earth. So this is how Sita came into this world, from Mother Bhumi, from the earth. And she grows up with his father, and they have the three other sisters. Ram continues to study with Vasishta, and as they visited Janak's palace, they realized Sunena, Sita's mom, heard Ram spoke, and as he spoke, she realized, wait, he's not just strong and powerful and big, he's also intelligent. But King Janak wanted to marry Sita, but he had a bow of Lord Shiva, a very powerful bow. It is so strong, and he sent a request to all the princes to come, try and string this bow. If you string this bow, you get the hand of my daughter. Many people came, they can't even lift the bow. How? And it's described, one person showed up who was very strong and muscular and powerful, and he tried to lift it, and the bow fell on him. No one, what to do? And Sita saw it, and Sita went and lifted the bow with one hand and let that person go. No one could lift it. Sita lifted it with one hand with no sweat, no change of breath. No, one hand. You leave. And the person left thinking, how is she doing that? It's described. This was later on the story, it is a powerful demon. We'll come across the demon later in the story. So they said, if Sita can lift that bow with one hand, the person who lifts this bow has to be extremely equally powerful as Sita. So, Ram, can you try and do it? So Ram offered his prayers to his gurus, to his parents, his grandparents, the culture, right? The strength, he comes from the sun lineage, right? The powerful sun lineage, the Raghu dynasty. Finishes, he gets the string, he stringed one, he put one foot on the one end and he tiptoe, and as he tiptoe, he grabbed the other one, and as he's stringing it, his eyes made contact with Sita. And as he sees Sita, he got more strength in him, and he broke the bow. How can you break the bow? Broke the bow. And then Parashuram shows up. He heard the bow broke. Who broke this bow? It's Ram who did it. And Parashuram is the ruler. He comes with his axe. He's ready to keep Dharma. Kings have to live in a rule under the law of the hand of Dharma. That's how kings should be ruling. Any ruler has to follow these rules. If you are not qualified as a king without rules, Parashuram would kill you. So he shows up. Who broke the bow? Ram. What? And Ram and him start to have a debate and an intense exchange. And Ram gracefully smiling at him, saying, no. He says, a leader, if they're not qualified, they don't have the skills of a Kshatriya, and they don't have the skills of a Brahmin in the mind, they would only lead to degradation. So yes, those type of persons shouldn't rule the kingdom. But if a Kshatriya is there, and he has the wisdom of a Brahmin, he can actually rule gracefully and knows when Allah should work and when Allah shouldn't work. And this way he defeated Parashuram. And then they brought another bow, the bow of Indra, bow of Vishnu. And they brought the bow of Vishnu, Ram strung it. Everyone is happy, he can now marry Sita. And because there are 3 other brothers, and there were 3 other sisters, King Dasharat asked, King Janak asked Dasharat, can our 3 daughters marry your 3 sons? And so that's how the wedding went on. So the 4 brothers got married to 4 sisters. And then they left and they went to the Ayodhya, King Dasharat's place. And when they got there, of course, life is good, but we know happiness only lasts for a good. Distress only lasts for a yes. So one day, the second wife, the most famous wife of King Dasharat, Kaikeyi, previously in the battle, she used to join him in the battle. And he almost died. And she saved him. And when she saved him, the king was like, I grant you 2 boons in the future. Whatever you want, I will grant you. And now it is described, King Dasharat went to the forest and he's practicing with his bow and arrow. But he's practicing blindfolded. Shoots a rabbit, shoots a deer. And then he heard water, like an animal drinking water from the river, and he thinks it's a goat. And blindfolded, he shoot the goat. But when the arrow hit him, boom, a human voice came out. King Dasharat took off his blindfold and see that it was a human. And he asked, who are you? And he died right in Dasharat's hands. Dasharat is like, wow, who's this person? So he picks up the dead body and he walks and he's following the path and he came across 2 elderly beings. And they were so old, the boy who he killed was actually carrying them on like a 2-person palanquin. Female over here, male over here. And King Dasharat explained to the parents, sorry, this, that, and they were upset with him. And they said, no, how can I help you? No, leave us here. Let us die. Let the jackals come and eat us. Let the tigers come and kill us. We want to die with our son right here. And then they said, you, King Dasharat, you'll have a challenging life now. King Dasharat goes home and he's discussing with his family. And he says, what if I die today? Who will take over the kingdom? And they're like, what are you talking about, dying? Said, he says to Vashishta, we should give the kingdom over to the young king princes now. They're qualified to take the kingdom. Let's give it to Ram. He's the eldest son. King Dasharat loves Ram. And of course, Kaikeyi is not happy with this because she wants her son Bharat to be the king. So, Kaikeyi had a maid servant, Mantara. And Mantara has a lot of negativity in her. And she starts to poison Kaikeyi's mind. Hello, Kaikeyi. Do you want to be a servant? If Ram becomes the king, you will actually be a servant. Your son will be a servant of Ram. You will be a servant of Kaushalya. Remember, she's the favorite queen. So the poison goes and you'll be a servant of Kaushalya. And Manta, I will be a servant of the servant of Kaushalya. That's how she's thinking. And she started to poison Kaikeyi's mind. And then remember that boon. You got 2 boons from the king, right? This is the time for you to use the boons. Your son should be king, and Ram should be vanquished into the forest. So, it's the night. The king has sent out the message. Tomorrow we're going to give the kingdom to Lord Ram. He'll become the king of Ayodhya. Jubilation is in the city. Happiness is in the city. Musicians, the chefs, the food, they decorate the whole city. Flowers, festivities. Everyone is happy because everyone loves Lord Ram. And Kaikeyi sends a message to call the king to her courtyard. The king comes in. Manthara is in the corner, right? The poison is there. And Kaikeyi says, you know, you're going to give the kingdom to Ram tomorrow. But do you remember you grant me 2 boons? Yes, my wife. Yes. And he's from the Raghudan. They keep up their vow. Whatever they say, they will do. They're from the Sun dynasty. He said, yes, I'll grant you the 2 boons. This is a beautiful evening, lovely night. What are the 2 boons you want? I want you to give the kingdom to my son Bharat, 1, and the second, banish Lord Ram to the forest for 14 years. Wow. Wait. How, I have to keep my boon, but this is so terrible. He grants her the boon. Go, they send a message. Go get Lord Ram. Lord Ram shows up in the room. His father is depressed. Hello. Kaikeyi is looking happy and victorious. Manthara is celebrating in the corner. But his father is dejected. So what's happened? His father told him, Kaikeyi said, well, this is what happened. Your father owed me 2 boons, and I said, my son, Bharat, should become king, and you should go to the forest in exile for 14 years. And Ram, with a calm, cool despondence, okay, not a problem. Wow. He didn't even challenge it. Could you imagine you have a birthright and someone stole it from you? What would we do? Get the lawyer. Okay, we're going to pay the topmost lawyer. I have to fight this. Ram didn't even, for 1 second, resisted. Oh, if that's what happened, I'll give up the kingdom. Your son my brother Bharat becomes the king. I'll go to the forest tonight. And Kaikeyi is happy. Kaikeyi said, I could see why you love this son. He'll do anything for you. And Dasharatha says, no, you've misunderstood. He's a descendant of the Raghu dynasty. You're actually seeing someone who is dedicated to a vow. Like, oh. So then, at the time, Bharat and Shatrughna went to another king was ill, so they went somewhere else. So, okay, the news went around. Kaushala came in. Whoa, what happened? My Ram is going to have to leave. Sita is there. Lakshman is there. And Lakshman says, this is a brother, right? Lakshman said, wherever you go, if you're going to the forest, I am going to. And remember, these are royalty, jewels, powerful beings, kshatras, lot of rage in them. Lakshman had a lot of rage, but Ram was so cool. I'm going with you. And he had so much rage to his stepmother, but Ram didn't. Ram understood. This is the hand of God. There has to be a karma. Why? My good fortune has been pulled away from me. And so, Sita says, well, if my husband is going, I am also going. This is a wife. Said, if it's rain, I can help to protect them. If it's cold, I can help them to start a fire for them. If it's hot, I can help to build shed for them. And she was a young girl. So they're like, you sure you want to come? Yes, I want to come with my. And then they understood. This is the daughter, not just an ordinary princess, not just ordinary prince. This is the daughter of King Janaki. So Sita, they prepare. Lakshman and Ram start to take off their crowns, their jewelry, because they have to go as a hermit. Hermit means simple living. It means living the life of celibacy. It means you're going to go in the forest and depend on God. So they put on the bark, the tree bark. And Lakshman and Ram were already used to it because when they went in the forest earlier, they understood it. Sita never wore the attire. She only saw it, but Ram had used it before. So you can keep your attire. And so the news went out. Everyone, stop the cooks, no more cooking. All the musicians, stop performing. The whole city became filled with depression. Depression at its highest peak. And then Lord Ram, Lakshman, they touched the feet of his father. He touched the feet of his mother, Kaushalya. He touched the feet of Kaikeyi. The mother who has bandaged him, he even respected her. This is how amazing Lord Ram is. Right? He touched the feet of Sumitra. And they're preparing to leave. And it's described. They want to leave in the middle of the night so people, the residents, don't know. So they're trying to escape through the night. And sure enough, word gets around. Where's Ram? Where's Lakshman? Where's Sita? They start to travel and they block the chariot. And Lord Ram said, no need to block the chariot. He says, you are all unhappy. But you're not unhappy with the queen. You're not unhappy with the boon. What are you unhappy about? You're unhappy that your expectation has changed. What was presenting itself that will make you happy, a scenario of me being king, that has been removed, and that's why you're happy. You're unhappy. But that will only last for a while. It's only for 14 years. So when you have expectations, that's the greatest time we have, suffering, right? You have such a high expectation of something, and then the suffering comes. So, Lord Ram convinced the audience, the congregation, to turn back. And then they continued. They didn't stop the chariot, but they started to follow behind the chariot. They got to the forest, the river. And as they got to the river, everyone felt sleepy. And in the middle of the night, 3 of them crossed in a boat over. And then the next day, when they got up, they saw them on the other side, wave goodbye. They go to the forest. And in the forest, a lot of demons are there. And one demon lady, she saw Lakshman and Ram, and she became attracted. Wow, who are these handsome, gorgeous looking men? Broad shoulders, eyes like lotus. She got attracted to them. And she approached them. She said, no. Ram said, I already have a wife. Because in Rakshasa land, there's no rules, right? So I already have a wife. Go, maybe my brother, he's single here. Went there to she try and appease Lakshman, and Lakshman said, no, I don't, leave me alone. I don't want to be with you. And a tussle, and Lakshman cut her nose off. And she fled. She's the sister of Ravan. She goes back and said, I saw the most beautiful person, beautiful female. She should be married to you. Who did this to you? Lord Ram's brother. Ram's brother-in-law did this to me. Oh, wow, okay. But Sita is so beautiful. And you know a materialistic person, right? When they have power, they feel they can conquer anything. When someone has a lot of wealth, a lot of power, a lot of fame, they feel they can exploit the material energy. So Ravan is the epitome, the zenith of it. Ravan shows up, and he shows up with his demon friends, and they're very powerful mystics. Ravan got a boon from Lord Brahma that no one could kill him if he has this nectar in his navel. He did tapasya for it. He got a weapon from Lord Shiva that if he's using it, no one can kill him. He did intense meditation, so much so that when he learned, his head was learning so fast. He had 10 heads, 20 arms. It's described, he wanted to compete with Kubera. Kubera owned what we call Sri Lanka today. Lanka was the island of gold. Could you imagine an island of gold? And Ravan wants, and oh wow, so Ravan came, and Ravan defeated Kuvera and took away even the Vimanas, the planes. So Ravan shows up with his entourage, and he asks one of them to mutate, shape-shifting. They're mystic powers, right? They can change into any species. And one of his demon friends shape-shifted into a golden bear with 2 heads, right? And Sita saw that bear. Wow. And Sita said, for so many times, all this time, Sita had no material desire other than serving Ram and Lakshman, being their companion, assisting them. When she saw the bear, oh, wow, look how beautiful that bear is, Ram. Can you go get it for me? And Ram is like, okay, sure. And then he says, I'll go get that bear. Lakshman, look after Sita. Don't let her go. Don't leave this place. And that deer came at what time? Just when the sun was coming up. Ram went after the deer. Noon came. Ram didn't come back. Sita, Lakshman get in, a little agitated. Hey, where's Lord Ram? The sun is almost coming down. And then Sita started to say, go look for him. I said, no, Ram is okay. He's fine. He'll come back soon. And sure enough, they hear a voice from the sky. Ram, Lakshman, I need your help. I'm about to die. Lakshman heard it. Lakshman is thinking, that's not Ram. Sita hears it. Sita, I need your help. So Sita started to convince Lakshman, you gotta go. And how did she get Lakshman to go? She said, if the head of a dynasty dies, then the second brother marries the wife. Is that what's in your mind? Lakshman is like, no way, Sita. They've been living for so many years in the forest. Lakshman never once saw Sita's face. The whole time he addressed Sita, he looked at her feet. Amazing. This is my brother's wife. I will respect my brother's wife. So when Sita said that, Lakshmana was like, what? Okay, I'll go. And so what he did, he sprinkled a mantra around the hut. The mantra front he learned from Vashishta. And the mantra he learned from Vishwamitra. Chanted that mantra. It says, anyone who crosses in here will die, burn instantly. Sita, don't cross this line. He goes after where the voice was coming. He says, if you stay in here, you're Lord Ram's wife. If you step outside this line, any man can take you. So stay in here. So he went. And sure enough, as soon as Lakshman disappeared into the forest, who showed up? A sadhu. Dressed as a sadhu is Ravan. And he comes as a sadhu with a water pot. And he says, very charmingly, I'm a sadhu. I haven't ate in a long time. Please grant me some food. Aren't you da-da-da-da-da? And Sita says, wow, I should help this sadhu. And then he said, okay, I'll give you some food, but come in. And then he said, no, you're here alone. If I come in, people might think you are like, Attila? Slip in my head. I want to wait outside. He convinced her. She brought some berries, fruit. She stepped across, and as soon as she crossed, the sadhu took her. Mutated back into Ravan. So Srila Prabhupada when he would describe this story, Srila Prabhupada would say, a lot of sadhus are there who have on the robes of a sadhu, but they don't really have the heart and mentality of a sadhu. So we have to be careful. It's not spiritual evolution is not the externals, yes? And I grew up in a Christian country where there's a lot of priests. And every so often you hear, the priest molested so-and-so. Where's the priest consciousness? So we have to be very careful when we see someone in the robes of a sadhu, yes? So Prabhupada was very strict on this point, that if you wear the saffron robe, the sadhu robe, you must be very dedicated. Sometimes, I remember the story, one gentleman came to meet Srila Prabhupada on the train, Indian gentleman, and bowed down to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, thank you, we want some blessings from you. Prabhupada said, two of his Western disciples were in saffron robes. Sannyasis says, oh, you want to take saffron cloth? No, Swamiji. They left, right? So the saffron cloth, the robes, is a very profound. It's a sign of dedication. So in Kali Yuga, we have to be very careful, right? Who we hear from, how we hear. So he took steel Sita, and Sita is on his Vimana airplane. And as he's leaving, Jatayu starts to fight him. Jatayu is the bird servant. And Ravana cuts off his wing, cuts him, Jatayu drops to the earth. I remember once I first came to Asia, and I'm in Indonesia, and I saw Air Jatayu. I was like, whoa, Air Jatayu, right? So, steel Sita goes off. Are we running out of time? It's nice to hear these stories, but we have to also check the time. 10 minutes more. Okay, let's try and... Sometimes I teach the Ramayana in 1 week, right? Now I have an hour and a half to concise it down. So, where are we? Condense it. Let's see. Sita is taken. Lakshman comes back. The intense... Could you imagine someone steals your wife? How would you feel? The ache, the pain that's in your heart. You come home. Could you imagine you come home one day, your husband is not there, your wife is not there, your kids are not there. That ache is intense. So Ram is like, and Lakshman is feeling even worse because he was given the responsibility to protect Sita. So Lakshman is like, how did I didn't realize this was a trick? They found Jatayu on the way. And Jatayu explained, oh yes, this demon took her in a plane and they went this way. Ram starts to look around. And then, speed up the story, we come across one of the most amazing person of the Ramayana, Hanuman. Yes. Hanuman is powerful monkey. Lord Shiva was doing tapasya, and they sent a Gandharva. Lord Shiva lost his semen. It got whole and it passed and it gave it to Vayu, the wind deity. And the Vayu had the consort, and that's how Hanuman is born. And when Hanuman is born, he's born with all the cities. And he, one day, he saw the sun, and what did he thought? It's a mango. With his powers, he leapt. And as he's moving, all the stars and the planet starts to move, and the whole Brahma, what to do? Da, 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 da. And so Sugriv and Jambavan, they withdraw his powers. Although he had the cities, they withdraw it from him. So he couldn't disturb people. And when Ram met Sugriv, it's described, Hanuman was, they realized he's the person who could help them find Sita, because they followed the trail. And that's when they kind of gave the cities back to him. And so when he had the city, got the cities back, he said, okay, I'll go find Sita. But Sita might be afraid when she sees a monkey that speaks. She might be afraid of me. Then Ram said, okay, I'll give you my ring. Ram gave you. When you see her, give her this ring. She'll know it's me. So Hanuman, with his mystic power, goes to the southern tip of India, Kanyakumari, leap from the southern tip of India over to Lanka. And that's why when you do yoga asana, who in this room love Hanuman asana? Who in this room practice Hanuman asana every day? The splits, right? The splits pose. If you want to master the splits pose, offer your prayers to Hanuman. But then my teacher once said, the splits pose, that's the external of Hanuman. The real power of Hanuman is his devotion, surrendered. I was like, oh, okay, good. I have to follow Hanuman in his surrender to Sitaram. So with the splits, he'd get to Lanka. He mutates his body into a very small monkey. He has the cities of becoming larger than the largest, smaller than the smallest, levitate. He can create so many things. So he shows up in the forest, in the garden where Sita is. And he's Ram, Ram, Ram. And Sita, look, is that Ram? Where is that coming from? And then she sees this little figure, and it starts to get bigger and bigger. Sees a monkey, and she's thinking, uh-oh, this is another one of Ravan's tricks. I said, no, I am your servant. I'm Lord Ram's servant. Prove it. He drops the ring. Sita sees the ring. Oh, wow. Where's Ram? Yeah, he's coming. Don't worry. He sent me to find you. Da 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 da. I know where you are. He's coming. So to make sure, he goes back to where today we call, he goes back to Hampi, today in India, in Hampi. All the nice caves are there where they were staying. Says, yes, I found Sita. And then Sita gave him something to prove that he found her. Does anyone know what it is? No. Her hair clip. So Ram sent a ring, she sent her hair clip. A clip that kept her hair. This is mine. Give it to Ram. So when Ram saw it, yes, you found her. So then they built the bridge all the way to Lanka. They go. The war is about to start. And as they're building the bridge, Hanuman is so powerful, he's bringing big boulders. Some other monkeys can just put some little stone. And Srila Prabhupada explains, this is Bhakti. In Bhakti, some people will be able to do more, some will be able to do less. God doesn't see the quantity. What does he see? The quality of your devotion. So from this story, Srila Prabhupada always stress it is the quality. Don't try and do something big for Krishna. Do it with love. And then if Krishna wants to do something big through you, great. If Krishna wants to do something small through you, great. You're not attached to the results. Our service to God should be like a little monkey or like Hanuman, how God works through us. When they got, so then the missiles dropped, they're building, the road is coming close to Lanka, the bridge is there. And Ravan dropped some missiles. Boom! So it blew up like maybe a quarter mile of the bridge. They can't go now. So what did Hanuman do? Extended his tail. And as his tail extended, everyone walked on his tail over to Lanka. And they start to fight. The fight started. And of course, Lakshman got hit by Indrajit near his heart with an arrow. And he almost dies. And Indrajit saw, whenever Ram is fighting, Ram is always keeping an eye on Lakshman. So he knew, I can kill Indrajit. I can kill Lakshman. So he hit Lakshman with an arrow. And they needed a medicine. Before the poison spread, they need a medicine. Where is the medicine found? In the Himalayas, right? The herb of rejuvenation. So the Sanjeevi. So the only person who could get here real quick, Hanuman. Okay, he comes. But then when he got here, the sun went down. So he didn't know which herb. So what did he do? The whole mountain, right? So that's the famous poster of Hanuman traveling back with the whole mountain. And he comes back, because Hanuman has this service attitude. Whatever Lord Ram, Sita Lakshman wants, I will do it. So he comes back. They found the medicine. The healing takes place. Lakshman, they goes. And of course, Ram, they're killing all the demons. All of Ravana family members died. All the soldiers are dying. Ravana is still there. And Lakshman and Hanuman and Lord Ram pulled the arrow. About to kill him, but something went through his mind. The only way they can kill Ravan is if they shoot him through the navel. But but Lord Ram is thinking about Vashishta's teachings, that you should never kill a leader of an army above, shoot them below the chest. And as he's thinking like that, Lakshman understood his mind, and Lakshman went, shoot Ravan in the navel. And Lakshman, why did you do that? Because you wouldn't do it. Because you are Ram. You're very to the books. And as they shot him in the navel, that's how Lord Ram was able to. Then he lost his power. That's how Lord Ram was able to shoot his arrow and kill Ravan. And then The war is over. Sita reunites with Lord Ram. And then they're like, okay, now it's going to take a long way back to Ayodhya. It'll take maybe a month or two. Say, no, we have a Vimana. So they used the Vimana, and they came back to Ayodhya. And in a nutshell, this is the kata of Lord Ram. They're coronated, and Sita gave Hanuman a pearl necklace. All the people were there. And what did Hanuman do with the pearl necklace? And everyone's laughing at this monkey, like, why are you eating the pearls? He says, because if Sita and Ram is not in the pearl, I don't want it. And, I don't want that. And then I said, but Sita and Ram is here. He says, I only will be wherever Sita Ram is. Sita Ram, and then he asks, is Sita Ram in your heart? And that's how I peel open his heart. Yes, Sita and Ram is there. So if you go across the bridge over there, right, down in, you see the famous photo. That's how much love and devotion of a servant he is. Perfected servant. So we can be inspired to serve God like Hanuman. When the guru says, do something for Krishna, do something for God, we shouldn't hesitate. Hanuman doesn't hesitate. A lot of time, oh man, I don't want to do that. Srila Prabhupada would show up in New York. He told one disciple, go make a magazine. The person never made a magazine, doesn't know how to type anything. Go do it. In 2 weeks, a magazine is there. Okay, you too. You go to Montreal, start a temple. Prabhupada, start a temple? Go. Prabhupada, it's called Guru Shakti, yes? As the guru gives the instruction, the power comes to do it. So we have to have faith in the guru. So this is Hanuman's power to us. Surrender to God with service attitude. And then when this life finishes, we go back to the spiritual world. That is what the Bhagavatam has promised. That is what the Ramayana has promised. And especially tomorrow, right? When you do your japa, think of Hanuman. How can I serve Sita Ram? I think I'll end there. Thank you so much.
Usually on the end we give few minutes if somebody has some question or something that they would like to ask. So until you think about it, I wanted to ask you, Yogi Charu, because you narrated this beautiful pastime of Ramayana, and the title you thought it was like unconditional service. So maybe you can take a few words. Why exactly that title with this?
Unconditional service, because one, Lord Ram, when everything was taken away from him, he thought, I'm going to serve my Father's will. And my Father's will must have been aligned with God's will. So sometimes God's will come in disguise, and sometimes it is painful. But we can learn from Ram. When a painful situation is there, when something is taken away from us, accept it as God's will. And that's a very high platform. Selfless service. Oh, wow. Okay, I'll do it. Ram, not for 1 second, he said, no, but the kingdom is mine. Tomorrow I'm supposed to be the king. No, oh, that's happened? Sure. So that's one. And then Hanuman. Hanuman, do this for us. Do this for that. Hanuman has the service attitude of just out of love. If I do it, my Lord is happy. It doesn't matter if I am happy or not, but my deity is happy. So this is how we have to serve God. Sometimes we will be put in beautiful situations to serve God. And at other times, we'll be in a situation where it'll be challenging. I'm here in Rishikesh. So many people coming to Kirtan Fest, loving it. Try and do that in New York City, right? You try and do a little chanting on the street. An egg come your way. go, get out of here. You get so much negativity, but you still do it. Here in India, India has the mercy of the land. People who born here already spiritually connected to it. So you can see, you do a Harinam in India, hey, Haribol, right? So easy. You do that in some parts of the other planet, oh, Krishna. Right? They put you in handcuffs, you know. I was handcuffed just because I was distributing Bhagavad Gitas. I got handcuffed, took to the police station, just to spread Sanatana Dharma, right? But in India, it's different. We don't have so sometimes very easy to distribute this knowledge, spread it. And at other times, very challenging. So when those challenging moments come, we really have to, this is Krishna's hands here. How do I get through this and still have the love to serve God anyway? Any other? I think Prasadam is here.
Yes, it is. If there is somebody else, no. The dinner came. I had one more question, but I will not bother you. I can ask you after. Okay. So, thank you so much for sharing this beautiful story of Lord Ram. So, appearance of Lord Ram is actually happening in some traditions today, in some traditions tomorrow. So it depends how you take it, but it's very auspicious to speak about him and get his blessings. Especially he was here in these banks of Mother Ganga, walking, going to Dev Prayag, doing tapasyas, and yeah, you can connect and pray to him these days. And one more thing I wanted to mention is that we have also Saturday Kirtan. It will be a special Kirtan. It will be a flower festival. So it will be a beautiful expression of love, dedicated also to Lord Ram and to, like the Kirtan itself. And one very important thing is that from next week we are starting one special program for the first time, which is Bhakti Ashram Experience. So whoever wants to join, there is still few places. You want to keep it small and sweet for those who really want to dive deeper. And please approach me or Veda on the table there. So if you want to find more, so because we need to finalize the participants and everything else. So yeah, you had a question?
I just want to thank you for so beautifully narrating Ramayana. We watched Ramayana in our childhood while growing up, and it's like 6 months, 1 month, 2 months course. I don't know how did you manage to so beautifully share this with us in 1 hour's time, especially on such a special occasion when Ram Navami is tomorrow and Navratri is going on. So my heartfelt gratitude to you, and with so much of love, so much of positive energy. Thank you so much, Prabhu Charu. Immensely grateful.
Thank you. I wanted to do that on the end, but it was so nice that you have done it also. So yeah, thank you so much. And the dinner has also come, so you are welcome to join, take, and honor it together with us, so we can connect more, talk, exchange our hearts, and you are very welcome to join us.
Thank you, Bhakti Yoga Rishikesh, for having this beautiful retreat for us. Thank you, all the devotees. Thank you to you and your wife, and Prema, and Veda, and Susan, and all the devotees preparing the food.
Haripriya.
Haripriya. Thank you.
And many others who are helping around. Yes. And all of you who are participating in Bhakti Immersion, and all of you who are coming here tonight. Thank you so much.